Hello, vinyl community. This is Randy, and today I'm going to show some vinyl finds and some acquisitions through purchase on different online sites. I have bought a lot of music during the pandemic, and a lot of it I still have not listened to because I bought so much. But today I'm going to show a few of the things that I have listened to and some of the ones that I really enjoyed. The first one I'm going to show is by the Magnetic Fields, and this is called. What's the way to go? Oh, this is 69 love songs, and Magnetic Fields is basically Stephen Merritt, and he employed some guest vocalists on this as well, but it looks at love and the love song through many different ways, from sarcasm to hopelessness to maybe there is love. But it's a wonderful collection of songs, great pop songwriting, and they're all 10 inches, and they come in 10-inch records, and they come in this with the lyrics, and the records look like black vinyl, that, and which is nice packaging. It also comes with a booklet, which also has lyrics on there and photos. But yeah, wonderful pickup, 69 love songs. This next one I can credit Doug at Fat City Vinyl for turning me on to Mr. Bongo Records, it's a wonderful site. They have a lot of different world music, especially Brazilian. And that's how I got to know this DJ Format Brazil 45 Mr. Bongo set. This is just full of Brazilian 45s that are psych, funk, and just really rhythmic Brazilian rhythms. If I get it open. But when I first saw that, what does DJ format mean? And I wasn't sure. Then later on, I find out that's the name of the guy. And he selected these. Recorded these 45s from the 60s and 70s of Brazilian music, and they come in the little black sleeves like that, and 45s on Mr. Bongo. But it's a wonderful collection, and it seems like something that would be right up Steve Carlson's alley. But wonderful Brazilian rhythms and funk and psych, and the one big revelation on here is this Marissa Rossi, which I just love this 45. Deixa te amar. I don't know how you say it. I don't speak Portuguese, so I'm not really sure. But just wonderful sounding collection. The next one, and quite a few people have shown this already, it's the Duke Pearson, Unknown Poets, The Phantom. Got Bobby Hutcherson on vibes and Duke Pearson on piano. Use a lot of congas on there as well, on Blue Note. But some people have called it kind of funky. I would call it more Latin influenced, and with a little Brazilian, I think, in there too as well. And the song I just love on here is on the second side. The first song on the second side, Los Ojos Alegres, The Happy Eyes. But wonderful sounding recording. It just sounds wonderful. And like I said, anybody that kind of likes jazz with a little bit of maybe a Latin feel, I think are really going to enjoy this Duke Pearson recording. Next, I have been trying to fill in the holes in my Moody Blues collection. And this is their 6th album, To Our Children's Children, which came right after On the Threshold of a Dream, and was sort of, I guess, a disappointment to some. But it's really lush and kind of looks at the passing of time I think, is one of its major themes. And it has two of their best songs, I think, is Watching and Waiting and Gypsy, which I guess were big concert draws. But they say because of some of the lushness and all the overdubbing, it's sort of hard to replicate some of these songs in concert. But it's a unique album, and I think a very good one. I'm glad I picked it up. It's To Our Children's Children by the Moody Blues. I also picked up, I don't know if I've shown this already for some other video, but Sail Away and Rednecks are my two favorite Randy Newman albums. And I did not have this on album, I only had it on CD. I don't plan to buy a vinyl copy for every CD that I have, but some of the classic ones, I want to make sure and get, and this is one of my favorite albums, so I decided, I need to get that on vinyl as well. And there's the songs, and because Randy Newman's such a unique writer on this one, they're all telling stories. He always tells a story from the character and the song's perspective. I mean, this talks about slavery and Sail Away. He gives us all his love, looking at what does God think of us. And a lot of these are done in kind of I don't think sarcasm is the right way, but I mean, you don't take what the character's saying all the time at face value. There is a deeper meaning behind the lyrics sometimes. Political science and all the countries hating the United States. Dayton, Ohio in 1903 is just a good go back in time song. You Can Leave Your Hat On, which Joe Cocker had a pretty big hit with that. And God's Song, That's Why I Love Mankind, is just a wonderful song. And one thing about Randy Newman and how I got into him, I bought Rednecks when I was in the Record Club of America, and I can't remember if they sent it to me or if I actually ordered it, because I remember hearing this song, He Gives Us All His Love, in the movie Cold Turkey with Dick Van Dyke. I don't remember when that movie came out, but I always was searching for that song. And I got the Randy Newman album. Of course, it wasn't on Rednecks. And, finally later I bought the CD and had that song. But it wasn't as easy back then. You couldn't just go on the internet and find out what songs were on. Well, you had to either go to a record store and look at albums, or back in the old days. But anyway, Randy Newman, Sail Away, one of my all-time favorite albums. And then I also found Randy Newman's Dark Matter, which I did not have. It had been 9 years since he released the album, and he finally released this album here. I mean, he had done a lot of soundtracks during that period. I mean, that seems like what he does mostly now. Like, he did The Natural, and think Avalon, and Ragtime, Toy Story. He's been involved in a lot of soundtracks. But this is kind of a unique album. This Dark Matter, I haven't got a personalized label there. But like some of the songs on here, The Great Debate, the first song on here where the evangelicals and the scientists argue about evolution, which was really a clever song. Putin, about Vladimir Putin. Lost Without You is a good love song. The Sonny Boy is a unique song about the first Sonny Boy. There's two Sonny Boy Williamsons. There's the James Lee Curtis, which is the first Sonny Boy Williamson blues singer. And then later on, a guy named Alex Miller also became Rice Miller, but then he became Sonny Boy Williamson as well. He's probably the better known one, and it's kind of the first Sonny Boy Williamson complaining about another guy taking his name, but it's a really unique song and a really good one. This is, I don't know if it's his best and I don't know if it's a classic, but it is, you know, Randy Newman albums are always very interesting, and I do like this album too. This next one is Dr. No, the first James Bond movie, if you don't count. Can't think of that other movie where it was Jimmy Bond, but Casino Royale. But anyway, and this was actually Monte Norman that did the music for this, and after this would be mostly John Barry doing the music. But this is, you know, where you first hear the James Bond theme. And there's some other, like Under the Mango Tree, which is a really interesting one. And I can't remember what, Diana something, I can't remember what her name is that actually sings that song. But it's got some neat kind of Jamaican style songs on here, as well as the theme songs that you would get to know from James Bond. I've been trying to fill in all the James Bond holes I have for the soundtracks, but yeah, I'm glad I got this first one. Another artist that Glenn Kellaway had recommended and kind of got me into was Kathleen Edwards. This is actually the CD. I don't know if it's ever been released on vinyl. This is a Canadian singer-songwriter. She hasn't really done that much recording. This is an album from 2005, and it's wonderful. She's got kind of a different voice and kind of a unique voice, but really beautiful songs. But she has a new album out this year that Glenn just put on his best albums of 2020. I also saw that Hannah, the Omaha Introvert, put it as one of the best albums of 2020 as well, so I'm probably going to have to get that one as well. And in honor of Glenn, I was going to put this out at a different time, but I do have the Toronto, when they won back-to-back World Series titles. I have been trying to go to all the baseball stadiums, and so that's been quite a long time ago whenever they won back-to-back, the Toronto Blue Jays, but I just thought I'd show that. Another album I just got recently is Adele Fuegos. That's a roots rock band out of Boston. This thing came out in 1984. Produced by Mitchell Froome, who did work with The Crowded House and Los Lobos and many others. Suzanne Vega, I think. But, and just got nice roots rock songs. Title track, The Longest Day, is very good. I'm trying to think of the one I really like. Oh, When the News is On is really clever, I think. Wonderful song there. But this came out back in the 80s when there's a lot of like the rave ups and the beat farmers. A lot of roots rock was going on. This fits in really well with that. I actually found this sealed at the record store. But yeah, it's a wonderful recording. Another one I got recently was this Rita Marley. Who Feels It Knows It. I think this was her debut. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong. But who was married to Bob Marley. It was on Shanachi label. But wonderful sounding album. She's in really fine voice here. Ajaja is the lead-off track, I think, is wonderful. Easy Sailing was another beautiful song. And One Draw that she wrote is also a wonderful, great recording by the great Rita Marley, wife of Bob Marley. Another one I got, also from Mr. Bongo, was the artist originally from India, Asha Puthli, that grew up in Europe, I think. And this is from 1973, but it's been reissued by Mr. Bongo as well. But what was interesting is what they put on this is the disco and fusion legend, worked with Ornette Coleman, Andy Warhol, and David Manusco, sampled by Dilated Peoples, the Notorious B.I.G., P. Daddy, and Redman. But yeah, she's kind of all over the place in a way. But this is, I wouldn't call it disco, let's call it more of funk. And with some soul ballads in there too. She does a couple of J.J. Cale songs on here. And the song Lies is one, you know, if you think that you might be interested in her, just go look it up on YouTube. But Lies is just a wonderful, nothing like the J.J. Cale song, but it's a wonderful. He also does a Jimmy Webb song on here, This Is Your Life. But real kind of a funky, soulful record by Asha Puthali, which I had not heard about until I started reading about her on the Mr. Bongo website. But really glad I purchased this. And the last one I'm going to show is probably my favorite guitarist, and that's Richard Thompson. This is from 1985. This album, Across a Crowded Room. It has songs as When the Spell Is Broken, I Ain't Gonna Drag My Feet No More, Fire in the Engine Room, Walking Through a Wasted Land. But some really great songs. He also gets help from Christine Collister and Clive Gregson, who was in Any Trouble. But nobody can write a Love Gone Wrong song like Richard Thompson. And he's just an amazing guitarist as well. And so that's my vinyl finds and acquisitions, and I hope you enjoyed it, and happy holidays, everyone. Thank you.